Mercedes-Benz A-class 2012 to 2018. Hello everyone! The appearance of the third generation car has become more traditional compared to its minivan-like predecessors. Although this did not save the A-class from some body sores. However, the body iron itself is reliably protected from corrosion, but the durability of the paintwork leaves much to be desired. The varnish is quickly erased even from light contact, and chips with trace are not long in coming. However, the metal itself doesn't last for years. Many owners usually armor the body by covering it with a special film. It is a pity that the windshield cannot be protected in this way. On the A-class it is weak, prone to chipping and quickly overwritten by wipers. The car is crammed with electronics to the throat, so the abundance of electronic media often present and pleasant surprises. For example, parking sensors are short-lived. After a total high-pressure wash, the rear-view camera may fail. On the first machine, the common multimedia system often bugged and failed. Switching track list and other items on the display jumps from one to another. There are also many complaints about poor compatibility with mobile phones. However, the Germans solved these problems after restyling in 2015. As for the powertrains, we got the impression that the Stuttgart markets, like underachieving students, wrote off the concept from the wage engines. Judge for yourself. The A-class uses small volume turbocharged gasoline force, working with robotic dual-clutch boxes, as in many affordable Volkswagen, Audi and Skoda models. Moreover, the problems on the Mercedes are exactly the same as soon as the machines of the wage group. For example, both 1.6-liter A-class engines are equipped with a single-row chain in the gas distribution mechanism, which, due to insufficient strength, is already stretched at a range of 16,000 to 18,000 kilometers. At the first symptoms, when the engine lazily picks up speed and stalls under the release of gas and also starts poorly on a cold one, rush to the service to replace the chain. At authorized services, operation to update the circuit and repair the model will cost 2 to 2.5 times cheaper. Closer to 100 km, the contacts of the engine control unit, which are poorly protected from dirt and moisture, are oxidized. Hence the glitches and malfunction of the motor, the appearance of errors, the check engine often lights up. It should be noted that such incidents have not yet happened on a 2-liter turbo engine. However, modification of the A215 2 liters 211 horses in the secondary market are literally a few, about 2 to 3%. Even fewer diesel versions of the hatchback. As for the 1.6-liter hatchback option, then according to the Germans, after restyling in 2015, all the elements of the internal combustion engine were huge. That's just with the 7-speed dual-clutch robot running in oil. There are still some troubles. Of course, this transmission doesn't remind of itself as often as the Volkswagen DSG with dry clutches, but after 17,000 to 90,000 km, breakage usually begins. The box doesn't like driving through traffic jams. It shuts up, gets confused in gears, sticking either the first or the second. In order to make life easier for the robots to some extent, it is necessary to turn on the sports mode. Then it goes to the second stage with a noticeable delay, leveling the shocks when moving. If the disease is already running, then switching from the first to the second becomes harder and harder until they begin to be accompanied by tangible blows. And then be kind to the service to replace the mechatronics and clutch unit. Specialized services take half the price for replacement. To extend the life of the 7G DST robot, officials recommend a more frequent oil change every 40,000 to 15,000 kilometers. Against this background, the mechanical 6-step looks just like a model of reliability and durability, as well as the proprietary 4-matic all-wheel drive transmission, the key to longevity of which is also the periodic renewal of the transmission fluid after 15,000 to 16,000 kilometers. In the independent suspension of the Mercedes-Benz A-class, unexpected expenses are not expected. Even the anti-roll bars can withstand 15,000 to 80,000 kilometers. At the same time, it's time to change the strut bearings. Wheel bearings were out closer to 100,000 kilometers. Shock absorbs nerves up to 120,000 kilometers, and the rear one lasts even longer. Depending on the driving style, brake ports throw differently. Active drivers change the front set every 15,000 kilometers and even more often, and calm drivers can drive up to 50,000 kilometers. The rear mechanism lasts longer, up to 25,000 to 75,000 kilometers. In general, the Mercedes-Benz A-class is not distinguished by impeccable reliability, although you can't call it brittle at all. To reduce the need for cash injections, we recommend post-styling versions, whose congenital sources have already been cured by this time. And the most win-win option is a 109 horsepower diesel version of the hatchback younger than 2015 with a manual transmission. If you have or had such a model, share information about what and how it brakes in the comments.